Hey y'all. Man, every week lately for the last couple weeks, this setup has been giving me some technical difficulties. So thank you for your patience. We're live now. Welcome. Welcome to Freedom Fridays. It's another beautiful Friday. It actually just rained here in Charlotte, so it is humid as all get out. But I was like, you know what? I am going to enjoy the vibes anyway. So here I am on the patio once again for another Freedom Fridays where we come together as a community for happy hour to wind down for the weekend. Listen, I was so busy working on my technical difficulties that I didn't get my drink. I'm sad. I'm gonna have to do without it today, which kind of sucks. But you know what? I'm gonna make it work. It's going to be all good, and Imma get it all it's gonna be all good. That's what I'm believing. Okay. This I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little frustrated with Riverside right now, but I'm not gonna let it stop the party. Okay, so here's what we do. What we do every Friday is we come together. Now, I'm doing this a little differently. If you look at the other Freedom Friday replays, you are going to see that that was our co-planning session, and we did that every Friday at noon. We would come together, and it would be like your group workout class. We would come together and we would schedule rest for the next week together so that we would be intentional about prioritizing that. That is moving into my free community for those people ready to take it to the next step. But I really wanted to keep Freedom Fridays going, and I wanted it to be a little bit more open in the way that we come together and kiki and have a good time and actually do the wind down together. And so, coming together, getting online, get your drink, bring your conversation. Let's do this. Let's have a good conversation together. So that's what Freedom Fridays is going to be every week going forward. It's going to be from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. This is really set up as a community event for Black women. So anybody that's trolling or, you know, um, doesn't like that, you will be asked to leave the room. But otherwise, everybody is welcome. But this is specifically for us. I still create content and I do coaching with all of the above, but I felt like it would be very important. I believe it is very important for us to have community spaces where we come together and talk about the things that have been impeding our rest over the last week, and then also talking about solutions and ways that we're moving forward from that because our rest is a radical way of taking our reparations, and I truly believe that from the bottom of my heart. And so this is us coming together to do that. So if you are new here, hi, I am Rashadat, your dream strategist, and I am all about helping you create your soft life. I'm helping about helping you get out of burnout and create your soft life. And you probably are thinking, well, isn't that just the aesthetics? Isn't that just, an extra bubble bath? Nope, that's not at all what I'm talking about. Soft life for me, for the people who are coming to be a part of this community is so much more than that. It's a movement, I believe, um, and how it started. The soft life aesthetics might be gaining traction, but this all started around Black women saying that I'm tired of being the strong one and I actually want to create a space, or I want to choose to be held, to be cared for, to create a life where I'm not the martyr, where I don't have to where I get to be put myself first in my own life, and then everybody else gets that overflow of me. not me having to, um, not me being put on the chopping block for everybody else's sake. So that's what um that's what we do here. We're taking actions to actually build that soft life. And if anything that I say intrigues you, then there's a good chance that us working together is your next move. So the way that you would do that, first and foremost, I have some amazing resources that I would love for you to take advantage of. One is called the Soft Life Assessment. And that starts with, I believe there are three skills that I have found over the last 9 years of me building my soft life. There are three skills that have really taken it from this idea and made it a lifestyle for me. And so, if you're interested to know how well you're using what those skills are, how well you're using them, if you're leveraging them to their fullest ability, then I want you to take my soft life assessment. It's 9 questions. It takes about 2 minutes, and you're going to submit your responses to me. I'm going to create your personalized report, and you'll get like your next steps. If here are the next steps you should take to really jumpstart and start creating your practice around living your soft life. I don't believe living a soft life is an on and off button that you live it sometimes. Like for it to be a lifestyle, it has to be something that you embody. And so this will give you your next steps in creating that embodiment of living your soft life. So I hope that you take advantage of that. That website, let me go ahead and get that and put it right on the screen for you. Now, again, I told you I was having technical difficulties. And so my setup, uh, yeah, that's not what I wanted to do. Leave studio. Okay. I'm going to put that link in the chat since I don't know what the heck is going on with Riverside today. It would not connect to my external camera. And you know what makes me so mad about that is because I decided to sign up for it today. I had been using the free version and I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and sign up for the paid version. And then it starts acting stupid. If you're an entrepreneur, then you know how absolutely flippin' frustrating it is when stuff like that starts happening. So, bear with me. I'm trying to actually get the link for you so that I could put it in the chat. Now, here's the other thing I want you to remember. This is a conversation. So if you're in the in the in the chat, if you're watching live, go ahead and like talk back to me. Like let me know you're there. Let's have a conversation cuz I get to see you. You said it's a bit blurry. Hey Tracy, first and foremost, hello. Girl, that's cuz I'm having so much technical difficulties today and it says you said I'm a bit blurry. Ugh. I, girl, you said, girl, I'm tired. I'm so sorry you're tired. What made you tired this week? And I'm going to try and figure out what the ever living flip is going on. Can I just tell you, it makes me so angry. This makes me so angry because Riverside, you shouldn't be doing. We were doing fine until evidently until I decided to sign up. Let's see. Maybe that's what it is. So Tracy, what's going on? Tell me why you're tired this week. And I'm gonna try to get this figured out. Maybe that's what I need to do. I don't know if that's gonna change it right now, but let's see if that fixes it. Because I'm clear on this side, Tracy. I don't know what's going on, and it it honestly frustrates me so much. I'm gonna have to. Been up since 5:30 this morning. Was it little man? Did he wake you up early? What happened? Are you what time do you usually get up? Listen, because being in New York, I'm imagining that you commute on the train. How do you usually work that out? I hope you got your drink for your Freedom Fridays. I was so busy working on these technical difficulties that um I forgot my drink and I'm so sad about it. You said this week has actually been very good. My little man turns 1 today. Oh, and you wouldn't believe what he did. What in the world did he do? You tell me what he did, and Imma sing happy birthday to him. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear little man. Happy birthday to you. Oh. Are you guys celebrating this weekend? You know, I wanna hear about it. You have to send me some pictures on Instagram. I'm so sad that this thing is acting crazy. Man, happy birthday. That's so good. Is that why he had you up this early? Um, I'm just gonna give up. It's acting stupid today. I'm just gonna give up. I Because I can't spend the whole time trying to figure out why this is acting crazy. Oh, he said, "Mama." He's been saying "dada" the whole time, but now he decided to say "mama" for his birthday. He was like, "Listen, mama, Imma give you a birthday present for you, and Imma say your name." Oh, that's so sweet. Why is it that babies always say "dada" first? I wonder if the letter D is easier than the letter M. Because all the babies that I meet, they always say "dada" first, or maybe it's just that mom always talks about dada more, and so they just hear that word. They hear dada more, and that's why they say dada more. I don't know, but that's me trying to think through it and figure out what it is. He said no. You said no. We had to go to New York for his 1 year birthday. Okay. Oh, you were so shocked. That was such a cute present. And since you weren't expecting it, I know you didn't get a video of it. I can't wait for you to get a video. I could just see you glowing right now with him saying, "Mama." Oh, I love it. That's so sweet. It makes me happy. Yay. That's so sweet. Happy birthday, little man. Y'all, if you're just joining and you're seeing all of my technical difficulties, please bear with me. I don't know what's going on. And I'm not gonna lie, it's frustrating me, but I don't want to turn the live stream off and then try to turn it back on. So I don't know how to fix it. That's what the problem is right now. But thank you for joining me anyway. I think what I am going to try to do, you know what? Because I really don't understand. Like it just, oh, join as a producer. Let's see if that'll help me. Okay. Let's see. Let me inside. Enter the recording studio. Okay. Let's see if that'll help me. Okay. Oh my gosh, Tracy. I can't believe he said mama. That just makes me so excited. Okay. I think I see what's going on, but I don't think I can change that yet. Okay. Streaming resolution. Advanced. Okay. Right. I don't think I can fix that right now, but at least I was able to get in here. So there are a couple more things I can do. So, y'all, this is going to be, yes, now my things are working a little bit, but this is going to be a whole hot mess today. I might just delete this one. So bear with me, but we're still gonna have a good time anyway. So hopefully you here to catch this live. Okay, girl, you said I have no idea why, but it was nice. Took him to see his grandpa and his grandmother and his great grandma, and then he decided to be like, "Hi, mama. Thank you for taking me to see all these lovely humans that I know love me so much." I love that so much, Tracy. I'm so glad. Oh, he said mama today. I can't. I just that just makes me all happy inside, all warm inside. Yay. Yay. Okay. So did you take a second to do your wind down for the weekend today? I've been still trying to figure out how I'm going to incorporate all of the like not all of the things, but some of the things that we had from before, or maybe I just move exactly what we had from before to the happy hour and I just keep it exactly as is. So I'm trying to figure out all of those details, but yes, I want to know, did you do your co-planning today where you schedule rest and fun for next week? I want to know, did you do it? You said he's spoiled. Well, listen, he's only spoiled because his mama and papa spoil him. Listen, and we don't get to be spoiled our whole lives. He could be spoiled for a little bit. And then I'm sure by the time he's 2, you'd be like, "Nuh-uh, I'm breaking him out of that." I had a client, her daughter was like that. Her daughter was so spoiled, and then she was like, "You know what?" We started working together, and we started talking through some of the reasons why she was spoiling her daughter and, like, how she was trying to overcompensate for feeling like her parents hadn't showed up for her, so she was, like, over showing up for her daughter. And after we started talking about that and she started like processing it and like healing from the pain that her parents caused her, that made it so much easier for her to be like, listen, I ain't spoiling this child no more. She fine. Cause I'm not about to be letting my child be my reason for burnout. Like I'm not about to let that happen. It was so beautiful. And her daughter didn't even care. Like her daughter didn't even she children grow, they evolve, like they're fine. You just give them a real structure and they're good, and that's how she changed, she switched it over. So but you just made me think of that when you were talking about your baby boy being spoiled. I'm sure he deserves it. He said, I just got it. um been in since been in New York since 9:45. Wow. So wait a minute, Tracy, I thought you were already in New York. Or do you live in Jersey and then you commute to New York? Listen, I didn't got it all confused now. You're gonna have to clarify and tell me what it is, sis. Get me straight. Help me get my help me get my story right. Okay. If you're just joining me, welcome to Freedom Fridays Happy Hour. Make sure you get your drink. And we're gonna pick a topic to talk about from this. I'm gonna start picking a topic to talk about every week, and I think I'm gonna start having guests join me. Um, so I'm excited for that part too. I'm not ready to do that yet, but it's coming in the next couple weeks. So that this could always be a good, fun conversation. Oh, Tracy, you said you live in New Jersey, but you work in New York. Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, I knew that you spent time in New York. Girl, how long is that commute every day? Is it like 45 minutes? Because I know you could take the train. So you had to be in New York. Girl, you said you've been in New York since 9:45 this morning. Okay, so you had to get up at 5:30. Did you have to get up earlier did you take them in with you? How did that work out? He said, sorry, see how tired I am? Listen, you good. You good. There's always space for us. And however we need to show up. That's even more reason why you need to get in wind down mode, Tracy. What are you doing to wind down today? What you drinking on? What you eating on? what fun you got planned for the weekend. I want to know all the things, okay? We will definitely keep that from the co-planning session, if not more, but definitely that. Um, yes, I want to hear about it. Okay. Also too, so last week we talked about a lot of different stuff from last week. But the main topic that we talked about was Tabitha Brown's comment about entrepreneurs or Black women having to go get a job, and really just the different perspectives around that. And like, is she right? Is she wrong? So if you guys missed that, make sure you go watch that from last week. It was a really good conversation where we just talked about a lot of different perspectives around it. And I don't think there's any right or wrong answer. And I don't think Tabs was right or wrong. Like, honestly, she said what she said. Stop canceling the woman for saying what she said. It wasn't like she was being a white supremacist, right? Like, let's give us some space. Hey Megan, so glad you got to join today. Yay, girl. You never late. You always right on time. Happy hour to you as well. I love it so much. Let me see. Tracy said, "Yeah, I had a doctor's appointment for me. Dang, he got 3 shots this morning. So no wonder you had to be up early because you had doctor's appointments. You had to go to work. Did you have to come back and take him all the way back home after his appointments? You had a busy day. No wonder you tired, girl. You real tired. Listen, I needed you to take today off. Tell them this was a sick day. This was a what is it? A mental health day. And it wasn't even mental health. Like, you literally had to deal with health stuff. So it was a sick day. That's what you needed. Tracy said you're binging Alice in Borderland. That's a show? What is that? What show is that on, Tracy? I want to hear about it. Yes. Tracy said, Meg. Happy first birthday to baby boy Tracy. Yay. We sent him a happy birthday song a little earlier. I need to pull out some Stevie. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Yes, it makes me so happy. Okay, y'all, I also have to be careful with snapping because I think I told you the story of shutting my thumb in the door, right? Well, that thumbnail, it is starting to fall off. And so when I just snapped, I felt it like pop off a little bit more. It's actually weird and interesting all at the same time to watch another nail grow out under the original nail and to see the original nail like be cut off. It's gross. It's gross, but I'm also intrigued by it. What can I say? Tracy said no working. Okay, so you didn't work today. Oh, I didn't. His name is Elohim. I didn't know that. I'm going to remember that. Such a beautiful name. Angel. I love that so much. Okay, so this show is on Netflix. I'm gonna have to check that out because I just finished The Lazarus Project. The Lazarus Project is a British show. Now, let me tell you, my best friend was watching it and I binged it in like 2 days. Sometimes when I'm tired, listen, I'm not opposed sitting in front of the TV. I'm just saying that shouldn't be your only way to rest. And so I needed to get off my feet from the hives, and I was also just tired. So I sat and I binged watched the whole 2 seasons of The Lazarus Project. So that's what I have been watching. Now I've finished it and I don't have anything to watch. So I need something else to watch. So I'm gonna have to add Alice in Borderland to my list so I could watch that. Your thumb is going to grow back stronger. Thumbnail. I hope so. Because let me tell y'all, it is gross. It has a bunch of dead blood under it. But since like the end of the nail, so it's like the bottom of the nail is the part that is detached, that broke off. And so this week, water has been getting up under that nail, and I can see it like starting to like come off. But the other gross part about it is when when I slammed it in the door, of course, a whole bunch of blood vessels broke. And so the whole nail was black because of the dead blood vessels that had exploded under it. But now, since it's like cut off, water is getting up under there and rehydrating the blood, which is disgusting. So then if I push on it, then the blood, the rehydrated blood starts to push out from the bottom. Y'all, I know you didn't want to know that, but it's also like very interesting. I've never seen a nail fall off before. So I'm like, this is gross, but also extremely interesting. So that's what's happening with my nail. Maybe I'll get a little closer and let you see it. Or as it grows out more, I might start posting like daily pictures on my stories of how far my nails grown out and what it looks like today. That'll be one of my sagas. But I am praying that it grows back stronger. I receive every bit of that, Tracy. Thank you. Tracy said, yes, the Lazarus Project is so good. It is good. I enjoyed it, except, I wish that they had more than one black person in the show. I guess they had Janet was black, but she liked black. I'm not judging. I wish that they had more. I wish that they had a black presenting actress on the show. They do have some brown people. I do think that British shows do that well. But all of that to say, the lead guy, the black man, he annoys me. Like this man. Now, my mom would say, but it's television. Like that's the drama. Somebody has to be the drama. But I'm like, you an idiot. Like, why do you keep doing stuff? He's digging himself in a hole and he can't seem to get himself out because he can't see past his hand. Like he can't see past his own body length. He can't see the bigger picture. He's so busy stuck in what's affecting him rather than what's affecting the bigger picture. So I now have to wait for a next season to come. And I'm like, I hope that his character evolves a little more. I mean, I guess he's the part that causes the drama, so I guess I just need to understand that that's what he's supposed to be, but I also want him to be better as a black man. Oh, you said, let me see. Alice in Borderland is an Asian show. Ooh, I'm into that. Listen, I like that that's a whole different vibe. I'm into it. Hey, Kina, so glad that you got to join today. Welcome. We're just starting to talk, and as you can see, I'm having technical difficulties, so please bear with me. Hopefully next week it will be better, and I will figure out why I'm blurry, and I will be able to make it stop. That's what I'm hoping. But until then, thank you for joining me today. Um, right, Tracy. See, he was so annoying. I was like, listen, I'm gonna need you to be better. Why you gotta be an idiot? Like you made this. I guess your idiocy is what's made this show go on for 2 seasons. But I'm gonna need you to be better, Mr. Black Man, the lead of this show. I'm talking about the Lazarus Project. If you're just joining us, yes, welcome, Kina. Kina said I'm late because I was trying to figure out what to eat. Girl, I ain't mad at that. I'm all about that, y'all. Okay, so let me tell you the newest episode in the saga of Rashadat and the Hives. I hate that this is an ongoing saga. But I mentioned to my best friend, I was like, hey, I think that I'm allergic to the plant-based burgers. So I'm not going to be able to eat the ones that I have anymore. And she was like, oh, did you look and see what is in them? And I didn't even really think about it. I was just like, "Oh, I just can't eat these." I didn't really think to go look at the ingredients and see what was in the plant-based burger so I could start figuring out what exactly is the ingredient. Like, can I find a common thread that I can recognize as something that I shouldn't eat? And I was like, "Oh, this is interesting." There's a little note on the bag that says, "If you are allergic to legumes, you shouldn't eat this project. Like, there's a good chance that you're gonna have a reaction to this product." It didn't say that exactly like that, but and I was like, "Oh, that never even crossed my mind." And then I started thinking back, and I had a smoothie that had plant protein in it, and there's plant protein in these burgers, and I broke out in hives. I have had other things that I'm sure have had plant protein in it, and I broke out in hives. So there now I'm wondering, so now I have to figure out, is it beans? Is it plant protein? Is it all beans? Is it certain beans? But yes, I've realized that I am more than likely allergic to legumes. And I actually have a set of hives right now, but they're not like really prominent. I woke up this morning and my right hand was all swollen. So, yes, this is my saga of figuring out what I can and cannot eat. And this is all a new saga starting from this summer. It's like walking through a land, a field, a land, what is it? A minefield. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like walking through a minefield, hoping that you don't step on a mine. That's what this is like, just in case you were wondering. So, okay, Tracy said, especially the first season, he was such an idiot. Peacemaker is another really good one. Ooh, I've not heard of Peacemaker. I'm gonna have to add that one too. Um, you know what I started? You know what else I've been watching too? I've been watching Tony and Ziva on um Paramount Plus. That's another I love their chemistry. I kind of hate that they're not together, but it's kind of also understandable. But I loved watching NCIS. I have watched like the whole shebang of NCIS's like 25 seasons, at least one and a half times. So I was very happy that they made a spinoff. But I'm gonna have to add Peacemaker to the list. I love it. Not the hives, yes. Unfortunately, the saga of the hives continue. But I will say the DAO enzymes and the quercetin are helping. They're definitely doing their job. Now I just need to I had a naturopath that did the delayed food allergy test, but I need to find a new provider. So I'm hoping that the woman that I shared with you guys, I'm hoping that she does not now. I asked her that question on her Instagram post and I didn't receive a response. So I'm going to have to ask her again. And I'm also going to look at just doing like a consultation with her. But hopefully I can get that allergy test. And then I don't have to do as much trial and error. Like that test will be able to tell me like pretty quickly, hopefully without full body hives, figuring out what I can and cannot eat. So we'll see how it goes. I'll keep you posted. Megan said, "Can you get an allergy test to rule things out?" That's the goal. That is absolutely the goal. Um, the thing about a food allergy is it's probably not going to be an anaphylactic response. So there's different scientific opinions on this test that I want to get taken called the delayed food allergy test. There's always some people who say it's absolute trash and some people who absolutely live by it. So all of that to say, it's not I want to find a practitioner that actually believes in the test or has another alternative, um so that I can have like some real feedback with it. So I I've been working on, yeah, I told y'all last week I was looking for a job because I'm balancing out my income, but I'm also trying to get health benefits. And so I'm trying to get up in IKEA because IKEA has I've heard that they have absolutely amazing health benefits. I was supposed to have my in-person interview today, and then they pushed it back to next week. So hopefully it still happens and they don't ghost me. But once I get the health benefits, and they have unlimited telehealth, and the woman that I want to work with in Ohio, she does telehealth for all of that stuff. So that means I could go here and get the test that I need to get, and she'll be able to read the read the results, and we could do a tele consultation, a tele appointment, and then I can make adjustments from there. I don't have to go all the way to Ohio. The beauty of technology, I don't have to go all the way to Ohio to work with this woman. So, all of that to say, I'm working on it, Megan. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Like, based on because when they sent me the invite to do my interview for IKEA, they sent me the health benefits information because it's a full-time position. And so with that, like I with their setup, I would be able to get benefits the first month. And I was like, please give me a job just for the benefits. I didn't want to I don't want them to know. I mean, like, is it bad for them to know that? I don't know. But either way, I'm like, please. So I'm hoping that works out so that I can get in there and get that test sooner rather than later. Worst case scenario, I'm just gonna have to put some money aside and pay for it out of pocket. And I'm not opposed to that. It's just nice that if I know that this is something that can be covered, that I can get it covered that way, especially because there's going to be supplements and different things and probably additional tests that I'm going to need to do. It's more that, it's more the after process that I really need the benefits for than just the test. Because this is not going to be, oh, just get the test and you get all the information. It doesn't work like that. Like, this is going to be a process of me figuring things out. And so, yes. Was that more information than you were looking for? I think it's good to talk about though, and talk about like what it looks like to go through this, because I would not be surprised if every single one of us on this call are experiencing some perimenopause symptoms, and we don't have, and our medical team might not have recognized that, because a lot of medical teams don't actually diagnose perimenopause. They just they wait until it gets so bad that it must be menopause, which we shouldn't have to wait that long. Like, I started having these symptoms 6 years ago. Can you imagine how I would actually be in such a better place today? I might not even be in chronic hives. I might not even have chronic hives if I would have had a healthcare provider that would have diagnosed this 6 years ago when these things started happening. So, okay, I'm off that soapbox. Y'all know I like to get on my soapbox and then get off my soapbox and then get back on my soapbox. Okay. Okay. Tracy said, I heard some good things about Starbucks as well. You know what? You're not the only person to say that. I'm actually going to look into them as well. The thing is that I have to find out is like, I'm looking for companies. I would love to find companies that would allow you to get health benefits even if you're part-time. I'm fine with being full-time if I have to. Um, because it cuts down on the price so much. Like for IKEA, it's $95 every 2 weeks for their benefits. When I read that, I was like, oh, please hire me. So Megan said, come through IKEA, right? Please come on through. Come on through. I need it. So yes, we're sending all the vibes for that. Thank you. But yeah, so that was the next step in the saga of the hives. Okay, so we got a lot of good things that we watching on TV too. Megan said it also doesn't help that doctors barely listen to women at all, but particularly Black women. Listen, Megan, tell the truth and shame the devil. You absolutely right. I agree. It makes it so hard. I remember when I went, so this summer I had to go to um urgent care twice. And the second doctor, that was a woman, by the way, the second urgent care doctor pretty much said I was overreacting and that it was all in my head and that I just needed to calm down. And I called my brother, that was a pharmacist. And he was like, "That is absolute bullshit." And I was like, "Thank you." I mean, it had the hives, like the reaction had changed my voice. I was breathing hard. It was like I was covered in hives. Now, granted, yes, I was freaked out because my body was reacting, but it wasn't in my head. Like these were physical things that were happening. And this female doctor stood up in my face and told me it was all in my head. I said, you ain't the one I need to be talking to. I ain't never go back to that daggone urgent care. I didn't go back no more. I said, this ain't helpful. this is, and I'm not about to pay you to talk to me like this. No, I'm good. Good. Yes. Tracy said, I've been hearing a lot about perimenopause. Exactly. And I think it's a good thing because the people who are paying attention to it, there was another good reel that I saw where there was someone doing a filibuster for the against the FDA because the FDA recognizes hormone hormonal issues in men, testosterone, erectile dysfunction, all of those kind of things in men. And similar drugs could be tweaked to do hormonal therapy for women, but the FDA blocks that. And I was like, wow, like America has already taken away our birthrights, like our right to choose what's happening pro-choice in our body. But look at all the other ways that it is oppressing women. And Black women get it twice over because we get the systemic oppression from racism, but we also get gender oppression as well. Man, the misogynoir is rough. It is real and rough. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, y'all. Um, Let me see. Meg, that is true because they feel that we Black women have a high tolerance for pain, which makes me so sick. I remember this one time I was talking to this white guy and I was like, he said something about a bruise, and I was like, "Oh, I don't really bruise." And he was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "'Cause I have melanin. Like your white pale skin is immediately going to bruise up in black. Like you're going to see a bruise on you. On me, I don't. It takes a lot for me to bruise. Like it takes a lot for me to bruise." And I was like, "This is the reason why they think that we can withstand more pain because they don't see the physical marks on our bodies the way that it shows up on theirs. So that they think we're fine. Even if even if we're crying, even if we're upset, even if we're saying they're in pain, we're in pain. They tell us we're being dramatic. But white woman tears immediately get a response. And I was just like, this it is sad. Sad doesn't even begin to cover how messed up it is, but it's the best word that I have for right now. Meg said, "Was the woman a Black woman?" No, it was a white woman. She was either white or maybe Latina. I can't remember exactly. I want to say she was a white woman because I feel like she had red hair. Honestly, I don't think I gave her that much attention. All I knew was I was like, you know what? I can't. And the other thing too was like they were trying to leave for the day, so they were like, "Well, we can't do anything else for you." So pretty much she was like that was her way of telling me like, "Well, you might as well leave because there's nothing else that we could do for you." Oh, I went home mad that night. Oh, I was so mad. On top of everything else that was happening, this is how the woman was treating me. It made me so mad. Um, Meg said, "Tracy is such BS, and I know and I think people are still being taught that in medical school, like SMH. I agree. It is atrocious. It's atrocious. Um, this is why This is the part that I have like a really hard time with because I really believe that representation is so important. We need us to be in every single room. We sincerely need us to be in every single room. And yet, it is so hard for us to get into the room. And then once we're there, it's such a fight when we get there. And trying to create a space of rest while being in these spaces and literally just being in these spaces and speaking our truth. It's not even like I'm not even asking us to show up and tear down the patriarchy. Like literally just being in the rooms in itself is hard because we're in the rooms by ourselves. And yet we just need more of us in the room so that it doesn't have to just be one of us in the room. So not only do we need representation, we need quantity of us from all different backgrounds and all different shades and American, like all different nationalities in the room. Um Talking about how these things affect us so that they can stop teaching this blasphemy in the schools. Now, there's still going to be the white nationalists that are still going to fight for the trash. You know what else? You know what's funny to me? I had someone say to me, "Oh, well, all the people we're almost to the point where all of the people from the civil rights era have died off, so racism should be over, right?" Let me tell you, I wanted to kick that white man in the head when he said it to me. Oh, it made me so mad. Because I was like, you are absolutely flipping oblivious. We need to kill you off, is what I wanted to say. And I politely had to like walk away because otherwise I would have lost my temper and I just didn't know what else to do. But oh my gosh, what kind of conversation is that? Right? Like, why is that even a thing? Uh, yeah, Tracy said no, a white. I actually had a trauma because of a doctor. I believe that. I absolutely believe that. So the last doctor that I went to here in Charlotte, the beginning of my appointment started off good, but sister got too comfortable way too fast. And by the end of the appointment, she was trying to lecture me on stuff and she hadn't read my chart. She hadn't spent enough time with me. She really didn't know me or the things that I had done to understand why I had made the choices I had made around my health. And this woman was trying to lecture me, and I wanted to be like, girl, shut up. But instead, what I did is I ain't go back. I gotta find a new doctor. So I'll go back if worst case scenario, if I don't have another doctor. But we're hoping that everything works out with IKEA and that will actually put me in Atlanta. And I had a black doctor in Atlanta that I will go back to, and getting that doctor plus, I believe in having a medical team. So I believe in having a Western medical doctor and also having an Eastern medical doctor, so a naturopath as well. Having both of those people that I can consult with, and even maybe consulting with all three of us together to find a solution that actually gets to the root of the problem is really important to me, especially knowing now that the issue is perimenopause. It's not high blood pressure, it's not all the other things. Like all of those other things end up being a symptom of hormonal imbalances. Um so okay, that's I just I'm back up. I'm getting back off the soapbox. Let me see. Let me see. Keenan said the apathy is so real. I'm so tired of these psychopaths. I'm like, why? Why? Because if I was apathetic to you, you would have a whole heart attack. You would be up my butt about it. But you could justify being apathetic to me? Why? Why do you think it's okay? It is psychopathy. I agree, Key. I agree so much, Kina. And I'm tired of this is why I believe that soft life is so important because what I'm doing instead of fighting that fight is I'm gonna start giving my money to the people who actually listen to me. And instead of trying to fight for everybody to finally get apathy, I am going to give my money. I'm going to shift my economic status to give to the people who actually listen to me. And I hope that more of us do that. And the more that we do that, those genuinely non-apathetic people will finally get it because they don't get it until the money shifts, which is so sad. It shouldn't take that long. I should be able to tell you what I need and you should be able to hear me, especially as a service provider and a caregiver. Or say to me, I'm not able to give you the quality care that you need. Let me get you to someone who can. But they're not doing that either. So I need to shift my dollars and they'll get it one way or another, whether it's a quiet quitting of that BS. But I'm not going to give up my I'm not going to sacrifice my soft life to fight them like head on because I want to live, and that's taken away years from my life. So I'm gonna quiet quit that, and I'm gonna go live my life in this way, and that's what's gonna give me what I need. That's what I think. I don't know. Am I crazy? If y'all have a better suggestion, but that's where I'm at with it because I'm just not willing to sacrifice. I'm not willing to be the martyr to keep figuring it out. I'd rather just spend my money with the people and tell other people who are looking for providers that want to make that same shift that will have apathy for us. I will talk about those people from here to the mountaintops and let us all come work with them and let it shift that way. Like that's where I'm at with that, you know? Meg said the medical care system in the US is such trash. Absolutely. But while we're still in the States, we do need to take care of our health, but it's so hard finding compassionate doctors. And here's the thing it is. So, but when you realize that it's not one, keep looking. Like, and then start looking for other Black women and asking them, listen, this is how I find my barber every time I go to another city. I go find a fly Black woman and I'm saying, hey, boo, who's your barber? I'm doing the same thing with my doctor. Hey, boo, you got a Black doctor? You got a doctor that you like, even if it's not a Black doctor, that you actually feel like listens to you? Start asking each other, like, who do you work with? And we can start shifting that way. It's not easy, and it takes time, but don't give up. Like if we're not gonna give up on something, I want it to be that. Like, don't give up on taking care of yourself. Don't give up on getting the service that you deserve. Don't give up on finding a doctor that's going to give you the apathy that you like, excuse me, not the apathy, the empathy that you deserve. Um, but don't but what I'm saying don't do is like don't just keep going to the old person. Like keep looking and switch over. Switch over. Be like, y'all suckers ain't working for me. I got to find something else. Listen, Kalia, welcome. So glad to see you back here. You said the mandated educational curriculum is nothing but bondage. Listen. So my best friend's husband works for College Board. And he always knows the news. I think it's Oklahoma. I think it's Oklahoma. Oklahoma is trying to make it a state law that all that every every student in their schools has to have the Trump Bible. Not just a Bible, but the Trump Bible. And I was like, so y'all can mandate filling this man's pockets with a Bible that he put his name on, even though this man don't know nothing about Jesus. You can mandate putting that in every school, but you will fight against talking about actual history. You want to make a law against talking about slavery, history that actually happened, but you want to make a law to put a Trump Bible in the school. I said, wow, 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 wow. It's it blows my mind, y'all. It blows my mind. And in the midst of all of that, you know what I'm saying? Hear it, know what's happening, and go live your best life. Because the other thing about this, like, since slavery has, since we've all been brought over here to live in the States, the shenanigans have been happening. And unfortunately, they're not stopping anytime soon. And they're not stopping in our lifetime. If we're just going to be honest, we know it's not going to stop in our lifetime. So I say, let's fight for our reparations. Let's fight for our peace. Let's fight for our rights in ways that also bring us life right now, not just in ways that's going to kill us, burn us out, get us 6 feet under. I'm not saying that we shouldn't fight for our rights. I'm just saying we got to do it differently. Because if it's sacrificing us in the meantime, man, we're losing so much life that we should be living. That's my thought. Okay. Megan said there are websites, IG pages to find Black doctors, but you still have to be careful because all the skin folk ain't kinfolk. But I think I would still prefer my healthcare team to be a Black woman. I completely understand. And you're right, all the skin folk ain't kinfolk. And I also think, I mean, it's a shame to even have to say that all the skin folk ain't kinfolk. And yet it's absolutely true. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. You right. Keep trying though. Listen, I'm trying. I'm trying with you. So that's why I always love, like, when I found a provider, especially a provider that looks like us, even if she's saying the exact same thing as a white doctor, I'm going with a Black doctor because I want her to know that she's valued and that we are looking for each other and that we are really, we want to support her and what she's doing and vice versa, regardless of whether it's the doctor, the coach, the service provider, the business. Listen, if there's a water bottle company that's a white water bottle company and a black water bottle company, even if the black water bottle company is a little bit more expensive, I still want to, I want to buy, I want to support us. And we just have to, I think we have to be very passionate about, very intentional and passionate about doing that because there's so many of us out here that are doing these things and trying to get over the hump of gaining traction is really hard, especially because we're not funded in our businesses. Um, so I try to support because I understand getting over that hump, you know? I got off on a tangent. Meg said, what happened to the separation of church and state? Forcing kids to have a Trump Bible, but no free lunch. Listen, Asada Shakur Asada Shakur, listen, Asada Shakur died today. And I bring that up because I can see her saying, Meg, that statement that you just said would be something that she would say. Um, she was such a huge advocate within the Power Party. Man, it's sad to hear that. Yeah. Okay. I want to take a second. Thank you to everyone who took a second to like this video. I appreciate you taking that second to do that because I hope that that's going to help YouTube know. Put this in front of other people who are liking this video. And I hope that that allows more Black women to come and wind down for the weekend with us. Um, where we talk about these hard topics, but we talk about how we could maintain our rest, how we can create our soft life and maintain it regardless of all of this, in spite of all of these things happening. Because the shenanigans ain't gonna stop. It ain't gonna stop. But how do we get to live regardless? I want us to be able to live. I want to live. I don't know about y'all, but I want to live. So thank you for taking a second to like because you just helped You just help YouTube know to go put this in front of some other Black women who are on the same page, who would be probably interested in this too. I hope that they come and join us. Keena said, "What? She died? Yep, she died today. Today, I believe, or maybe in the last week, because it's always hard to tell with social media. But it is all over my Instagram feed that Asada Shakur died. Um, 1946 to 1925. Oh, she's about the same age as my mother. Wow, 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 wow. I wonder how old Tupac would have been. I wonder if we're close in age. I have no idea what year Tupac was born. But yep, she died today. So some Black news going on for y'all. Okay, what else happened this week? What are y'all celebrating from this week? I know we talked about some of the horror stuff. I want to talk about some stuff that we're celebrating because that's always worth talking about and I want this to always be a space where Black women are celebrated regardless of all the BS that's happening. So what are we celebrating? What are you celebrating from this week? Go ahead and drop that in the chat. Let me think about, what am I celebrating this week? What am I celebrating? Let me think, what happened this week? What happened this week? Listen, you know what I'm celebrating? I'm celebrating. What am I celebrating? I feel like I have so many things to celebrate that I can't even decide what to celebrate. Man, I'm celebrating that I think I got a Oh, and I want your opinion. Let me do that. I'm celebrating that I think I found that I created a what is it called? A thumbnail for this video, but I want y'all opinion. I want y'all to let me know. Megan said Tupac would be 53 or 54. Okay, so he's like my brother and sister's age. He's like my sister's age. Um, I think he was born in 71. Got it. Okay, he's a little bit older than me. Thanks, Megan, because I sure enough had no idea. Okay, I want to know, what do you think about these about my thumbnails? Which one do you like better? I want to know, what do you think, y'all? Because this is going to be the thumbnail going forward. So the way that I'm going to do this, can I do it like this? Let's try that. But I want it to be way over here. Okay. Sorry, trying to get it all set up so that when I share my screen, I'm right at what it needs to be. Okay, so this is option number one. So where is Riverside? Riverside. Okay. Share screen. I want to share screen number one. Let me see. Hopefully this will work. Let me see. Did that work? I can't tell. Ugh, this is why I hate Riverside right now. Okay. So that's great. That's thumbnail number one. And I left it open on this side over here because I want to start having guests come and join me. And so it's Freedom Fridays happy hour with Rashadat, your dream strategist, and friends. And sometimes I'll be adding some friends over there. So that's option number one. Okay. Um, okay. This is option number two. So this will be where I'll add the friends on this side. Now, this is the one that I actually ended up using today. Um, I had my best friend help me pick one, and this was the one that she picked. So, do y'all agree? Is this one good, or do you like the other one? I like the vibe of both of them, so I'm curious to hear your thoughts. This is number two. Then let me go back so you could see the other one. And then this is number one. Option one or option two. Okay. Let me know in the chat, please. Okay. I can stop sharing my screen now. There we go. Where is my chat? Okay. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, Tracy says, sorry, had to run for a bit, but we're signing. We were singing happy birthday. Yay, you should sing happy birthday. Happy birthday, Elohim. Y'all, I already sang happy birthday, but we can sing it one more time. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Elohim. Happy birthday to you. Yay! I love it to sing to the baby boys. I love it. I hope he has such an amazing birthday today. Tracy said, nice. I like that one. Number two. Okay. Meg said she likes option number two as well. Option number one is more business. Number two is more relaxing. Okay. It sounds like that we made a decision. Option two is the new thumbnail going forward. And I'm excited to have people come and be on this with me. So here's also something new. I decided to set this up as a podcast. I have no idea how this is going to do. I don't, I just was like, I had already been thinking about doing a podcast, but I'm trying to do things in a strategic way that instead of adding more work on my plate, that I'm actually like setting myself up to like easily repurpose things. And so that was why I actually signed up for Riverside because I was like, okay, this will give me separate tracks and I could use that to create clips and it'll do it all inside of Riverside and this, that, and the other, like all of these things. That's what I was going after. So yes, that's the point. And so this is going to be, well, I'll start having people come on with me and we're just going to keep having good conversations like we're doing today. Like, the fun part about that is now if you don't get a chance to join live or if you don't want to listen on YouTube, you can also listen to it on Spotify. I know for sure I'm going to host it to Spotify. I might also host it to the other podcast platforms as well. I'm not sure. Again, your girl is figuring this out as I go. But at least now we got the thumbnail figured out. Yay, Tracy said, thank you, thank you. Yay. Okay, good. I love giving all the babies love, you and your family. I love to love on y'all. Thank you for allowing me to love on y'all and for sharing. Listen, always, if there's anybody's birthday, come on, or just any reason to celebrate, tell me. So, oh, that's one of the things we're celebrating this week. We're celebrating little man's birthday. What else am I celebrating? This week I am celebrating I'm celebrating that I got a call back for an interview for a job. I know that's like I haven't got the job yet, but I'm still celebrating that. I think it's really important to celebrate the small wins. Sometimes we're so used to like just waiting for the climax to happen that we don't celebrate along the journey. And then a lot of us don't even celebrate at the climax. We're just like on to the next one. But man, all of those are things that make us burnt out. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Celebrate as you go. Celebrate that you found the job on the job posting website. Celebrate that you applied. Celebrate that you got a confirmation that they received the application. Celebrate that you got a call back. Celebrate that you had your first interview. Celebrate that you had your second interview. Celebrate when you get the job, but celebrate throughout the whole process. Like, please, please, please. It's so important it's a part of actually like reminding ourselves that we are doing a great job right here, right now, right now. Okay. So make sure that you take a second. Okay. Let me see. Tracy said, Rashida, you wouldn't believe it, but this is the universe speaking to me. Listen, I'm not mad about being the voice of the universe. I'm always happy to be the voice of the universe. What did the universe say to you through me today? I would love to know. What did the universe say? Keena said, "Are you using Metricool to plan your media clips?" No, I do not use Metricool. So I use Descript to create my clips from my pre-recorded videos. So the videos that I do on Wednesdays, I use uh I use Descript to clip that up and create clips from that. And then from our live streams on Fridays, I use Riverside. Riverside, it's streaming to you, but it's also recording the video right here, right now. And then it has AI that I just click a button and it will create clips. And I usually do some kind of editing to them. And I put the captions, but I can do all of that in Riverside. And it's so simple for me. So then once I create the clips, then I schedule them to be posted. I actually use Buffer. I started using Buffer because I can get away with using the free version. And I set my Instagram up in a way, if you go and look at it now, the feed is static. My When you go to my profile, you're only going to see the last 12 posts that I've done. I continue to post reels and stuff, but in order to see them, you would have had to see them in the regular feed, or you would have to see them on my reels tab. And I did that intentionally because Instagram ain't doing nothing for me. It's not doing anything. Like, it's a great way for me to interact with you ladies one to one. I like it for the stories, but my content is not gaining traction over there. I don't shake my booty enough. I'm not naked enough. I'm not doing the things that Instagram likes to show to people. And so it doesn't show my content. And so I was like, instead of getting rid of my Instagram altogether, I decided to use a strategy called an Insta site, which is like those 9 posts are the only 9 posts that you will ever see on my feed. I'm not Everything else will go on my other feeds, but that's all you're gonna see. So the rest of my content that I actually care about, like posting regularly, is really the TikTok and the YouTube. Those are my main 2 places. Keena, I'm giving you a lot more information than you wanted, but I figured you wanted the tea. So this is the tea. So what I use to schedule that content is on YouTube. I schedule everything natively in YouTube because if I schedule a short, there's a feature called related video, and I can connect it to the long form video. I could connect the short form video to the long form video that it came from. So that's why I do that. You can only set that up directly in YouTube, and I can post forever. I can schedule forever in YouTube. But for social media posts, I post to TikTok, Instagram, and LinkedIn, and I schedule all of that on Buffer, and I only use the free version. That's what I got for you. Keena, let me know if that was helpful. I like using Metricool. I like going into Metricool to see my analytics, but I don't use it as a scheduler. I just At this point I really like Buffer. Now, let me tell you, I have used every social media scheduler under the sun. But right now, Buffer gets it done, and it gets it done for free. And I'm all about that life. Because $5 here, $30 here, $35 there, $17 here. Before you know it, you end up with all of these subscriptions. And I don't believe in using an all in one platform because the all in one platforms, they don't do any one thing very well. They do everything mediocrely, at a mediocre level. So I would rather get the things that really serve my purpose, but I really do also hate the 5, 10, 15, 20 coming out from all of the different places. But this is where I'm at. Okay. So I hope that helps. Okay. Megan says, celebrate that interview callback because people out here getting ghosted. Listen, I'm celebrating it, Megan. Yes. Oops, no snapping because that's gonna make this nasty thumbnail fall off. I'll do the other snaps. I'm snapping, celebrating, Megan, all the celebrations. So yes, thank you. Thank you for reminding me. What are y'all celebrating? Let me see. What else am I celebrating? I am celebrating that. Okay, here's the other thing. I told y'all about how I realized like yesterday that I might be allergic to pea protein. Now, here's the thing. Earlier this week, I ordered $200 worth of products that all have pea protein in it because I didn't know at that point that I might be allergic to pea protein. So I got the stuff today. I haven't tried to eat it yet, but I was so sad. So I contacted actually it was Huel, as I was very excited. They have all these amazing clean plant-based products. And I was like, I think they're clean. Let me say that. They're all plant-based products. And I was like, oh, I'm so excited to try it. I tried it once over the summer, but as I was doing that recollection, I was like, oh, I had I tried Huel once when I was in California around that same week that I had that initial breakout, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I wonder if that was part of it." And so all of that's to say, I ordered $225 worth of products that I might be allergic to, and I sent a message to them and I was like, "Oh no, let me tell you what I just learned." And so I tell them the whole story and I was like, do you have travel size? Like, do you have single serving so that I could at least try some of these things and see if there's anything that I can get away with? And they were so kind. They said, well, no, we don't have that. But you know what? Since this is such a random circumstance and it would honestly be less it would be more cost effective for you not to send it back. Why don't you just keep it and you could try it? And then if it doesn't work for you, you could share it with another family member and we'll still refund your money and we'll cancel your membership so that you don't get charged in the future. And I just felt like that was so worth celebrating. It was super kind and I was very grateful because it gives me a chance to actually still try the products, and then I can kind of make a decision and go from there. But I'm about to be in for a lot of trial and error. But I'm celebrating how kind they were. I'm celebrating that they gave me a refund the day that I received it. And I'm celebrating that they didn't give me a hard time about it. It was really good customer service. And I'm not saying they needed to give me my money back for it to be a good customer service experience. They were just kind in general. But I felt like that was above and beyond, and I was super grateful. So if you're not allergic to pea protein and you're into plant-based products, then I suggest you try out Huel. Idris Alba is someone else who uses Huel products. So if that makes a difference to you, maybe try that out. Okay, Keena said, I didn't know about Buffer. Good to know. When I schedule posts, it will be a month in advance. Yes. So here's the trick that what I do with Buffer. You can only have 10 posts scheduled at a time in order to be in the free plan. And the free plan is 3 channels. So I have LinkedIn, TikTok, and Instagram. And then, like I said, I do YouTube separately. Okay. I'm not posting to any other social media platforms at this point, just those 4. So what I do is I have those 3 platforms set up and only schedule 10 posts at a time, but everything else I put in draft mode and I still put it on the scheduled date, but I have to go back and just make sure that it's scheduled. So every time, if when the post from today posts, I just go back and the things that I have already drafted for those dates, I just go in and say schedule it for that time, and it's just a quick button. So I've already set myself up for a month in advance. Actually, this week I'm starting to work to set it up even further than that, but I already have it in the calendar, but it's not counting against that 10 yet because I still have it set up in drafts until I actually have it scheduled. So that's the way that I kind of get around the 10 post limit. That allows me to stay within the free plan for now. Now, if they change it, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But right for now, it's working for me, and I really like Buffer. I think it's simple. I like the upgrades that they've done to the interface. And it has all of the functionality that I need. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. Tracy said, I'm a checkout buffer. It's nice. I like it, y'all. Let me see. Do I have a link for you? Let me find it real quick. Here's my buffer platform. Refer a friend. Copy the link. I'm gonna put it in the chat right now because sharing is caring. Okay. So yes, there's a link for y'all to go ahead and try it out. Try it out for free. Shoot. Listen, I'm always about listen. If we could limit the cost, then limit the cost. There are some things that I have to pay for. I have to pay for Canva. I have to pay for my virtual mailbox. I have to pay for Riverside. No, I don't know if I have to pay for Riverside yet. That's still up for debate. But I do have to pay for Descript. I so the things that I have to pay for, like I literally had got to the point where I had canceled everything and I was just trying it based on the free platforms. And if I couldn't get by on it on the free platform, then I would sign back up for a membership. But it helped me to really take a step back and looking, what do I actually need? Rather than buying all the things I think I need, instead of being creative with the solutions. And so that's how I ended up switching because originally I used Vista Social, which there's some things that I like about Vista Social, but not enough to pay for it. Vista's not cheap. Buffer is a better setup for me. So take that or leave it. Okay. Let me see. What else am I celebrating from this week? Um, I found a new face moisturizer this week. What else am I celebrating? I think I just told y'all quite a few things. Celebrating the stuff with the customer service from Huel. I'm excited to try it out. The shirt was really cute, so I went and put it on. I thought it was cute. It fits pretty well. I thought it was gonna be like I thought it was gonna be a unisex t-shirt. So I almost ordered a medium. Thank God that I ordered a large because the large fits just right. The medium would have been too tight. And I don't like my stuff too tight. So yeah. Okay. So y'all, we talked about the things that we're celebrating from this week. How has it been? How has your rest been this week? I know Tracy said she's tired today. Have you been rested the rest of the week? How are y'all feeling going into next week? I'm trying to figure out, should we still do the body scan during happy hour? Cause I kind of want to do the body scan and I kind of want to do stickers. Did you notice we do stickers last week? I think we did do stickers last week. I'm just trying to figure out, what things are we keeping from the co-planning session? And then also too, here's the other thing that I've decided. I am going to keep the co-planning session. It is going to start at 3. It's going to be from 3 to 4 and we're going to do the condensed version of the co-planning session, but it's going to be in it's actually still going to be free, but it's going to be in the private community. So you have to be on my email list to get the link to join that. And that's going to be directly in Riverside. Okay. Like we'll do that way. Again, it'll be free. Um, and we'll do the co-planning there. So that'll be from 3 to 4. And then from 4 to 6 will be the happy hour. And in the happy hour, that's where we're acting silly and having fun and talking about all the stuff and having guests join us and all the different things. So if you're not on my email list, or if you've downloaded one of my worksheets, then you're on my email list. If you have not gotten a worksheet, make sure you get the worksheets. They're amazing and they're free. Do that. Or if you just want to join the email list, you can join the email list too. Um, so so yes. Yes, as Tracy said, worked and play. So then we can still be intentional, as I still really believe in us being intentional about scheduling rest and fun. But I feel like from a outward community perspective, I feel like that's like taking the next step. And I want that to be, I want to make sure that that community, that space feels very intentional. Um, but I also want to make sure that that people that are brand new, like you, I don't want you to feel that because you're not doing those steps that you can't participate. Like that's my main thing. I want you to know that you can go that far, and if you're not going to go that far, that's fine too. But no matter what, you're welcome in this community space. So I hope that makes sense. Um, Kalia said, I need the worksheets. Yes, girl, you need the worksheets. You need the worksheets. I absolutely agree. Let me make sure. Let me see. Now, that is actually the link to do the soft life assessment, completely free. It's going to give you a green, yellow, red light rating on the three skills that I have found in my life that have helped me build my soft life. And it's going to help you see like where you can start taking steps. Again, completely free. That was that first link. That's this link, okay? All right. So then once you get that link, then the next link is the Freedom Fridays worksheet. And that worksheet, again, completely free. That is about helping you time block in your rest routines. But so this is about transforming your schedule to not just be about work. Because let me tell you, I'm pretty sure you are really good at getting your work done. You're probably not as good about getting your rest done. And I get it. That's why I started this, because that was me. That is exactly me. That's why I created these things, because these were things that I needed. So if that's you, then you want this worksheet, because this worksheet is going to help you start transforming your schedule, and that's really important. Like this is where we talk about scheduling rest and fun. When I talk about creating, when I about doing that co-planning session for that first hour, that's where we really get into using that worksheet so that you can take what um you can listen to your body, ask your body what kind of rest you need, and actually schedule it in your calendar. And I go through showing you the different ways to do that. Which reminds me, I'm so excited. I'm starting to talk about this. I'm in the designing phase, you guys. Remember, I told you about creating the activities deck for rest activities. Um, I'm starting to work with my best friend to start designing that deck so that we can leverage spiritual rest, physical rest, creative rest. Like there's 7 types of rest. And we don't all know about all the different types of rest or even what each of those kind of activities could be. And so I wanted to create a rest deck that has all of those different types of rest and activities for each one of them in there. And then when you're like, okay, I know I need to rest, but I don't know what to do. And I don't want to be a decision fatigue. I just need somebody to tell me what to do. You pull out your magical rest, your activities deck, you lay them out on the table. You kind of look at which category you want. Actually, I say that's where you do a body scan and ask your body, okay, there's 7 types of rest body. What kind of rest do we need? And then once your body tells you like, okay, we need creative rest, then you lay out that deck, you pull a card and you try one of those, you try that activity that you pulled. That's the idea behind the activities deck. So that's going to be coming in January. I'm so excited to be actually starting to design that. I've been talking about this all year. I just needed to wrap my mind around it. Yay for being an entrepreneur and learning to figure things out. Yay. So I'm excited for that to come. But in the meantime, you don't have to wait until January to get some of those activities get you started. This worksheet right here, these are the first 30 activities. Now, it's not separated by what type of rest it is, but it's a lot of the different activities that we as Black women in this community have tried and are like, yes, this is actually really restful. This is a lot of fun for me because rest and fun go hand in hand. So these are 30 plus rest and fun activities that, again, you could download this worksheet for free. Or this is actually, I would say, a checklist, maybe. I don't like calling it a checklist, but a list of a listicle of different activities that you could start trying right now, even before that rest deck comes out, or I don't, not a rest deck, activities that comes out in January. Okay. So that was that link right here. Okay, I just gave you 10 million resources. Are you good? Did I overwhelm you? If I did, I'm sorry. That wasn't the intention. Forgive me. So yes, make sure you take a second and get out all of those worksheets. Tracy said, "Hey, Kalia." Kalia said, "Yes, yes. Come on. I love that you love it." Keena said, "I feel rested. I permanently scheduled meditation 3 times a day minimum." Yes. She said, "Listen, if I don't do nothing else, I'm meditating 3 times a day." I ain't mad at it. Come on, Keena. I love it. I also know there's also plenty of other things that I like that you like to do. So I love that you said minimum. This is just where we're getting started. And Keena, you also have such an amazing story. We need to do a case study because y'all, when I first met Keena, Keena was like, Keena was literally booking a hotel by her job so that she didn't have to go home, so that she could be as close to work as possible. And now she is the absolute opposite. When I talk about success story, come on, Keena. Come on. Like, we're celebrating you right now because look at the transformation that you made. Look at where you came from. And it was literally, Keena, it's like a year ago that we talked. Wow. That is amazing, sis. If you're not celebrating yourself, listen, I'm celebrating you. And please stop and celebrate yourself right now. You deserve every single bit of that. Yes, I love it. I love it. Kalia said, yes, that was one of my most engaging posts on Lemonade. Girl, which one was that? You know what? I've been thinking about Lemonade. Please tell me why you chose to get on Lemonade and what you like about it. But I also want to know what was your most engaging post on Lemonade. Please tell me about that too. Kalia said, I just learned that there are two different types of meditation. Right, right. There are so many, listen, there are so many amazing rest practices that I feel like the soft life aesthetic trend is missing. And that's why I've been making so much more content that is like, hey, 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 like, don't get caught up in the bubble bath and trying to be a trophy wife. Like, if you want to be a trophy wife, I'm not mad at you. That's not my vibe. But if that's what you want to do, but there's also so much more to soft life than that. There's meditation, there's rest, there's travel, there's alignment, there's being your fullest self. And that also starts so deeply with getting to know yourself, which is why vision is um, number one in the three skills that I truly believe are skills that we need to build our soft life. Because within vision, it's also, vision only comes from identity. Like, you need to know yourself well in order to really live your fullest authentic self. So, okay, I'm off on a soapbox, but yes, I agree. There's so many beautiful perspectives to this that when I think of it like a ball, like there's all these different dynamic colors, and we keep trying to flatten soft life to the aesthetics. Listen, I'm not into that. I'm not even into the aesthetics that they're pushing. I like having nappy hair. It's cute. I don't care what nobody said. Okay. Even when I get braids, my braids still look nappy. I choose a braider that uses this technique. She calls it urban twist. I choose that intentionally because I'm not going to be embarrassed about my hair. And if you got straight hair, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. But I think if that's the only way that we can show up and live our soft life, then I think we're limiting it. I think we're limiting our authenticity. And I also making us Black women into a monolith. I'm not into none of that. Okay. Let me get back off that soapbox and come back. Okay. I'm back. I'm back. Okay. Uh Tracy said, yep, a whole, no, not Tracy. That was Keena. Keena said, yep, a whole year. Yay. I love it. Case study. I'm all ears. Yes. Keena's story is amazing and it's worth telling. Keena, we're going to have you on here to tell your story. I think we'll look at when we can schedule that out to be one of our first podcast guests conversations here on Freedom Fridays Happy Hour. I would love to do that. I'll make sure I have my questions ready. That's gonna be a really good conversation, y'all. So Kina, if you down for that, please let me know. I think that would be awesome. I would love to have you on as a guest to share your story. I think that would be so so beautiful. Okay, Tracy said, congratulations, Key Love. I love it. Tracy also said, trophy wives just seems like so much work. Listen, yeah, the work of a trophy wife is to get up every day and over manicure yourself so that you could be on the arm of a man. Are you catching my vibe about how I feel about that? I mean, if you did that, if that was if that was your persona every day, regardless of the man, then more power to you. Okay. But if you're doing that in order to get a man, I just don't, I can't get with that. I can't get with that. The whole trophy wife vibe, soft life trophy wife, I can't get with it. I can't get with it. It would be interesting to have a creator who believes in that on for a conversation around their contrasting beliefs around soft life. I think that that would be a very interesting conversation. And then just let the people decide, right? Like, and here's the other thing, like the one creator that comes to mind, I wonder if she's doing it because that helps her wig business. I mean, I'm not necessarily mad at that. Like, if, because in some ways I'm doing the same thing, but I'm not promoting being a trophy wife or just doing it from different perspectives. I don't know. I don't know. I'm having a hard time. Can you tell? Okay. Kalia said, my post on 7 types of rest. Lemonade is really just fun and uplifting. Okay, I got it. I got it. Yes, there are 7 types of rest. See, I'm telling y'all, there's actually a lot of great content on Pinterest about the 7 types of rest as well. And I think the activities card for that is going to be a great hit, and I'm excited for it. Now, listen, you know how black people are like, don't steal my idea. I would like for you not to steal my idea, but you know what? None of us are going to do it the exact same way. So if you got activities that you want to come out with, do it. Or if you want to help partner with me on mine, there's that too. But yes. Um yes, Tracy said it just feels like work. Lemonade. Yes, Lemonade is another social media platform that is connected to TikTok. I don't use it at all. I haven't posted anything on Lemonade yet. But I was thinking about whether I should or not, because I've been gaining so much traction on TikTok. But what I think I've decided to do, I try not to create double work for myself, and I don't see a scheduler. I'm not going to manually post on any platform. Okay, your girl ain't about the manual life. If I can't schedule it, I can't do it. So that being said, I can still post regular posts on TikTok. Now, I don't even know that I'm gonna post carousel posts on TikTok because you can schedule them on TikTok, but you can't add music to them. And I like adding music to my carousel posts. So if I wanted to do that on TikTok, then I would have to schedule it and then it would send me a notification, which I'm always busy doing something else when it does that. So I don't think I want to do that either. So I'm probably just going to stick to short form like reels and TikToks because that's easier for me. And listen, my soft life includes doing what's easy. So I love to know that it's for the fun of it. So maybe Kalia will share some of my stuff on her TikTok. I mean, or on her Lemonade. Kalia, I also gotta learn. Like, but she said it's for fun. Okay. Okay. So Kalia said, I can't wait to hear your story, Key Love. Tracy says, same. I'm excited to hear your story. Yes, you've had an amazing story, Keena. I'm so excited to share it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Let me see. Where are we at? Because, we get a talking, and the next thing you know, it's 10 hours later, and we just been having a good old time and lost track of time, which I'm not mad at, but I got to go work, do my other work. Because I didn't gone from work to work, but that's okay. And that's the other thing that I want to talk about for a minute. I believe in working less and living more, but I also believe that if I was working a corporate job, I would definitely be working less. If you want to be an entrepreneur, it takes time to get to the point where you can make an impact with doing less work. Because you have to figure it out. Like at the beginning, there's so much figuring it out. And so I'm getting to that point where things are getting more concise, but I work a lot and I still love what I do. I think the difference in what makes me still able to live my soft life while I'm in the midst of this is because I absolutely everything that I'm doing is in alignment right now. The topics that I talk about, the travel that I have, the content that I make, um, the adventures that I have, every single bit of it is in alignment. And that is the epitome of soft life for me. And what I believe and what I teach is that when I look at my vision of what I wanted my life to be about and the things that I felt were missing from my life, when I felt stuck, when I felt burnt out, when I felt there's got to be more to life than this. When I look at what was missing, I get to do every single one of those things now. And it allows me to live in this rounded perspective of who I am rather than just showing up to work and just doing that one thing. Now, here's the flip side of that. Even if I decided to leave my business and I went back to work, I still believe you can live your soft life. I think what happens is that we get so focused on work that we forget that there are twice as many hours outside of work as there are in work. Yes, you're sleeping a big part of them, but you could be using those other hours to fully live. So even if I had a corporate job, I would be making sure every bit of those hours that I am not at that job would be full of living in all the ways. Listen, I would be the weekend traveler, the like all the things, regardless of whether I'm stuck in a location or not. And that's the difference that I think is possible. Um, it takes a little bit of strategy to get to that. It takes a little bit of vision casting. It takes or visioning. I actually hate when people say the word visioning. That's not a word. It's called vision casting, but the verb is vision casting. But either way, sorry, I'm back. It takes a little bit of strategy to make that work, to make it happen. It takes stewarding your money, your time, your energy, your opportunities. It takes stewarding all of those things differently, and yet it is still absolute. I believe it is possible. It is absolutely possible. Am I crazy? I don't know. Those are my thoughts. I like to share my thoughts, and then y'all can tell me if I'm crazy or not. And I will hear you out. Like I'm not gonna tear anybody's opinion down. Tell me what you think. I always love to hear it. Tracy said, okay, too many platforms. Yes, there are so many platforms, and that's why I choose to limit it. So the platforms that I chose: YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn. I chose LinkedIn because I make content for both corporate professionals and entrepreneurs. They're going to be on LinkedIn. I don't think that I'm at a place where I do LinkedIn well yet. So right now I post the things that I post on the other places, but I don't really have a strategy for it yet. I have other platforms that I'm putting more energy into first, and then I will go back and like tighten up my strategy for LinkedIn. For Instagram, my strategy is, as I told you earlier, like it's a static feed, and I use the other features like highlights and reels and stories, but I'm not posting carousels, and I'm not trying to put stuff on my home feed, um on my profile. Like, I that would be more work that I don't want to do. And for to not actually get traction on Instagram. So that is my strategy there. TikTok has been working for me. TikTok has been TikToking, and I have been loving every bit of it. And the beautiful part about that is, um I can get on there and make, like, I have, like, honestly, I have, like, probably, like, 50 scripts right now. I could just get on, do a talking head, like, talk about something, share the video, and I make wonderful connections, and people start, um, uh, like, taking action. I love the simplicity of TikTok for me. And I'm at this place where I'm probably going to start posting more on there, but I do TikTok by repurposing from my long form content, and I love it. And I also really like to try to make, like, storylines on TikToks. TikTok loves talking head. TikTok loves stories. And then YouTube. YouTube allows me to do the live streams. It allows me to do, um what's the other thing? Live streams, shorts, and long form content. And long form content makes my life easier because it's easier straight to it took me a long time to learn how to make a short form content wasn't that was scroll stopping. So but it took me doing putting enough reps into long form content to get to that point where I could do short form content better. So I also share these things with you because if you're a budding entrepreneur or even a longtime entrepreneur and you're figuring things out and you're like, why is it taking so long? I can't believe it's this hard. Hey, it's been like that for me too. You're not the only one. Here's what actually worked for me. Take it, use it. Like, hopefully it helps you. So, yeah, I'm not gatekeeping anything. If there's anything like that you got questions about, I'm happy to share anytime. Okay. Key Love said, a simple soft life is so much better. A high maintenance soft life comes with toxic cosmetics and medical procedures. No shade. Listen, Kina, you better tell the truth and shame the devil. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Listen, my brain is been going faster than my mouth. I want to read that again. A simple soft life is so much better. A high maintenance soft life comes with toxic cosmetics and medical procedures. No shade. Right. I don't want expensive Botox. I don't need to get a boob job. I don't need a BBL. I really just need to go do some squats is what I need to do. Listen, I don't need any of that. I believe that I'm beautiful just as I am, and all I gotta do is show up and be me. Yes, like, that is my soft life, come on, and the more that I get to do that in all the ways, that's how I'm getting to live that. Yes, Kina. Yes, 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 Kina. I'm into it. I love it. Kalia said, I mean, let's team up. I need to monetize and would be honored to share anything of yours. Come on, girl. Hit me up on the DMs. I'm serious. Instagram is best. Let's talk. Let's talk. I'm always into collaborating. I think collaborating is something that we don't do enough. I think that we are so busy trying to make everything ours. It's mine. It's mine, 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 mine. I think that is the other thing that limits our Black economy is because we end up being crabs in a barrel. And I don't want to be that. I want us to work together. So yes, sis, hit me up in the DMs. Let's have a conversation. I'm into it. All right, y'all. So I was blurry as all get out today. I'm sorry. You know what? After I get off this live stream, you're probably gonna see me get on and off a couple more times. Maybe I'll try it this weekend, but I need to do a couple test drives to figure out how to finish setting up my Riverside platform so that every week so that it's set up the way I need it to be and that I could just get on and it'll be fine. That's what I need, okay? So, hopefully I'll get that figured out next by before next week and we could just join and have a good time as we always do. As always, I love getting on here and having a conversation with you. Next week, I am headed to Atlanta on Monday, but I will be back in Charlotte on Thursday. So I will be back in this spot next Friday. That's what I was doing all of that thinking about. But then after that, I'm not sure where I'm going to be. We will see. But no matter what, we will do Freedom Fridays, happy hour together, where we come together and wind down for the weekend. I hope y'all are eating something good. I don't know what I'm eating for my wind down this week because I got to figure out what I'm not allergic to. Remember, my allergies are like walking through a minefield right now. So I hope you eat something delicious. I hope you do something extremely fun. I hope that you have allowed your body and your mind and your nervous system to switch out of work mode and truly into freedom mode and rest for the weekend. Okay. That's what this is about. Thank you so much for joining me today, ladies. Listen, if y'all have any ideas of topics for future Freedom Fridays, send me that in the DMs on Instagram too. Let me go ahead and get my link so y'all, it's easy for you to send me a message. Send me the message, okay? I'm hoping that I can also start it would be really awesome if I could start going live on all the platforms at the same time. I don't know if we're gonna get to that point, but that's the goal. But in the meantime, you can send me a DM about any topics that you might want to talk about. And you don't it doesn't have to be today. If you hear them throughout the week and you want to talk about it like Asada Shakur passing away today, send me a DM. Listen, I'll bring it up. Let's talk about it. I think this will be a really fun, it's about making this a really fun space for us to come together and talk about all the things. So yes, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Any other thoughts before as we wind down, ladies? I love having y'all here, and I'm gonna get, like I said, I'm gonna get this all figured out for next week. Um, unless live play once live stream ends. No, we won't do that. I hate that this is gonna be blurry. I won't make any clips from this one, but that's okay. So yeah. All right, y'all. I think that's it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I love having you here. I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. And I will see you right back here next week on Friday, here for Freedom Fridays happy hour. Oh, and don't forget your drink. I forgot my drink today. Don't forget your drink, okay? Tracy said, sorry, I fell asleep. I ate ramen, too tired to cook. Listen, go to sleep, Tracy. You've been up since the dawn of day. You've been up since before sunrise. You deserve that sleep, girl. Eat your ramen and go to sleep. You know what? I got some ramen. I might have some ramen tonight. Enjoy, y'all. Have a good night.